everyone, and welcome back to Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. Last video, I went over Zhongli, the Archon of Freedom, and how it relates to the concept of free will that God provides us. In this video, I'll be going over Zhongli, the Archon of Contracts, and God's Covenants. God's word comes forth from his mouth and does not return void. He also warns us to watch what we say and to mind our words. Even for the words of our mouths and meditations of our heart to be acceptable and pleasing in his sight. In the action role-playing game Genshin Impact, Zhongli, also known as Rex Lapis or Morax, is the prime of the Adeptus of Liyue and its ruler. During the Archon War, an event in the game's history where multiple gods fought each other over territory, Rex Lapis was known for the many alliances he made, as well as other gods he struck down or imprisoned during that time. So it can be inferred that his title as God of Contracts could merely be a result of the many contracts and partnerships he forged and established when he was more active. And he took that principle into how he governed Liyue, governing trade deals between his people, as well as separate contracts and verbal agreements that they had. Speech has an intrinsic relationship with the Abrahamic God. When the Most High speaks, existence follows. He said, "Let there be light," and it was so. God may have cursed Adam and Eve. He gave them hope. He cursed Cain. He even flooded the world, but promised never to flood the earth again. Righteousness has always caught the Lord's eye. Abraham caught his eye and told him that his children would be as plentiful and numerous as the sands. He even extended that promise to Isaac and Jacob and their descendants. He picked apart a group of people for himself. The Mosaic covenant follows God's chosen and their deliverance from bondage, their rising, falling, and rise again until a law was made between the Most High and his people. Following the law would lead to prosperity, and not doing so would lead to struggle and other consequences. Even the Davidic covenant, or producing descendants that remain faithful to the Lord, and the new covenant which foretells a coming Messiah who would bring redemption for all. All the way down to the prophecies of Jeremiah and Obadiah, Isaiah and Revelations. Prophecy is merely a covenant of the future. Now, the character Zhongli doesn't have that kind of power, but he has established his nation culturally as a land of contracts. His people must keep to their word, and even the Adepti that he commands must hold true to the contracts they made with him. A character by the name of Gong Yu made a contract to assist the people of Liyue. Zhao was given a contract and tasked with ridding the defilement of the land after the Archon War. And much like the God of the Bible, the Geo-Archon himself still holds himself accountable and keeps his word even after he faked his death. Despite being retired, he continues to watch over his people in the background, and he is bound by a greater contract that keeps him from revealing too much of what he knows and what he's done. I have been playing Genshin Impact for quite some time, since 1.0, and it was really this scene that brought me back to my faith, not in the way you may think.
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, Have I already finished my duties?
Why does God do what he does? Has he been silent this whole time? Is he taking a break? Why doesn't he have modern prophets casting pillars of fire or curing all the diseases going on? At the beginning of the video, I said that words and speech were important to the Most High. He spoke things into existence. He uses parable, analogy, and storytelling to teach his people. He lays down the law and his word as a pathway towards our next steps. The character Zhongli best exemplifies the accountability and order of God, remaining true to his eternal word, making promises and establishing covenants for help and harm, to lead not only to the good and prosperous, but to also show the way to teach. There are spirits behind everything. Games, shows, media does not merely seek to instill doubt, but these characters that call themselves gods, lords, figures of power, can often reflect and even provoke a deeper understanding or even empathy towards the God that we serve. A desire to read more, study, pray, and understand. Anyway, this has been Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share even. I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream. Bye.